Hello, YouTube. Mike, back again. Back at it again. Just doing my daily check-in. I sort of have an idea what I want to talk about today, but I'm sure it'll go off the rails because it usually does. I was watching Facebook. I saw a Facebook reel the other day, and it was a gentleman. He had a tray of flour and a stick of butter on it, and it said, God's plan versus your plans for your life, something along those lines. I don't remember the exact phrasing, but basically he was God in the first scene, making a nice little pile with the flour, hollowing it out. I assume he was intending on putting the butter in the middle and doing something with it. I'm not sure. And he was sitting to his right. He grabbed the tray and grabbed it, and you could hear him, God, to the left saying, "No, don't do it like that. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do that." And he's the man, has the flour in front of him, and he's getting angry and slamming the tray. Eventually, he slams the tray, and it flies up, and he's got flour all over his face, and he looks at the camera and says, "Your plan sucks. Trust God." Cool. Got it. I don't disagree with you, brother. Not everybody knows what God's plan is for their life. I don't. I'm still trying to figure it out. It helps a lot when you know what God's plan is. Is it God's plan for me to be here at 50 years old, yammering on YouTube? Don't know. I never got a blueprint. We hear things all the time like, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, trust his will. He has a plan, but what does any of that, what does it mean? Is there one perfect move, one correct lane? For some people, very well might be like that. They have their talent. They know what their skills and abilities are. They use that to help and serve other people, and that's their purpose and calling in life, and they fit right in and find it right away, and they live a blessed life. Other people, it's not so easy. Now, don't get me wrong. I've had a very blessed life. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. I turned my back on God. He never turned his back on me. Thank you, Lord. But I'm 50 years old. I tell my kids and grandkids all the time, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Sure wasn't intending on being on YouTube, but that's just it. Maybe God's plan isn't a detailed map. It's just being faithful and content with what he's given you. Turning your life around and giving your heart to him and recognizing the blessings. Putting your trust and faith and giving your heart to God, it's not a magic wand that doesn't make all your troubles go away. Not an ATM machine. He doesn't just flood you with riches, but he makes it a lot easier. Because I know he does have a plan for me. I might not know what it is at this point, but I know he's got a plan. And as long as I keep acting in faith, showing up, like today, I'm tired. It's been a long day. I really didn't want to sit down and do a video, but I told myself I need to take action. Like I've said in several videos, you can't drive a parked car. You need to make movement, take action, and that's what I'm doing. Like I said, even when I don't want to, I know I haven't posted consistently, but I have recorded consistently. I have to learn the editing side, and I have to trust and put faith that if this the direction God doesn't want me to go in, he'll tell me. He's the God of the universe. Surely he will correct a 50-year-old goofball with a camera and a YouTube account. So I'm just going to, like I said, while I don't disagree with the young man in the face full of flour that You can't go by your plans. You have to trust God's plan. You have to trust God's plan even when you don't know what God's plan is. Um, you know, and that's where faith comes in. And sometimes faith is easy. Sometimes faith is not so easy, but you got to have faith and you got to trust in the Lord. I don't know if this is going to help anybody. I don't know if anybody else out there feels this way, struggling with the same thing. Um, hopefully it helps somebody. I'm hoping. I don't want to be a YouTube influencer. I'm certainly not a biblical scholar. I'm not trying to preach at you. Hopefully this brings someone out there a little bit of hope. I'm just going to keep showing up, and hopefully this message gets to where it needs to go. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe. Thank you to my one subscriber. I said it in yesterday's video. You have no idea, that meant the world to me. So yeah, like all the things down there. Have a blessed day. We'll see you tomorrow.